Kia ora, my name is Gareth and welcome to today's little lockdown learning. First of all, I just want to start off by saying that even though this is my third video, it's actually been really cool and really exciting to think of the different topics and ideas that I want to try and get across to you guys, and ensuring that I've got the right knowledge that I'm passing on. I've been doing quite a bit of research myself online before I take these videos, and it's actually been really cool. I've learned more new things, I've reaffirmed things, and it's been heaps of fun for me personally. So and I hope you are doing the same and enjoying it just as much as I am. So today's little lockdown learning is going to be around hydration. It's hopefully this one will be a little bit shorter than the first two videos, and it should be quite simple. It's quite a passionate subject of mine, one that I've learned from personally through experience. So again, I'm not an artist. This is a heart, this is a water drop, and this is a clock. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to run through and basically tell you the effects of what hydration has on you as a person during training and competition, how to know if you are hydrated or you're dehydrated, okay, a very small amount on the sports drinks, okay, and then a couple of things that you can do to help you out. So first of all, we're just going to go through what hydration means and why it's so important. It's actually, it is such an important thing. Now, you may or may not know, what hydration does is our bodies are made up of 60 to 70% of water. There's a lot of water in our bodies. Now, by being hydrated, what it means is that the blood plasma or the plasma in our blood is able to move around the body easily. Okay. Now, when we start to get dehydrated, what happens is your blood, or the blood plasma, I should say, thickens. So the blood plasma thickens up. Okay. Now, with that, it means that your heart has to work harder to pump the blood around the body to the muscles that you are working while you're sailing hard out in your training or your racing. Okay. Now, this isn't just important for sailors either, it's also really important for coaches. We're actually sat on a coach boat, and staying hydrated is a really important thing for us, because the brain needs good supply of blood, and if we're not hydrated, then the brain starts not performing to its best potential. Okay, so the blood starts to thicken and the heart has to work harder. Okay, now that means that when you start getting dehydrated, okay, that's through urine and sweat. All right, if you lose about 2% of your body weight in fluid, you're actually looking at a 4% decrease in muscle performance, and that's both strength and endurance. Now, you can go and have a look at some of this research yourself. It is out there, but I'm sure you know that when you're dehydrated, you start making decisions that aren't quite as good. You get tired quicker, and it just affects your performance in sailing. So it may not have actually been that wind shift. It may have just been that you haven't drunk enough. Okay, so that's sort of really quickly why it's so important. And once you do get hydrated, it actually can take anywhere between 24 to 48 hours to rehydrate. Okay, so if you're in a multi-day regatta, and you not drinking on the first day, it could actually affect you on the second day. All right. And you by not drinking at school during the day or work during the day affects you for your afternoon, evening training session as well. There's lots more to it. There's nutrition is also balanced into this, and that's going to be that's a whole nother topic in itself. All right. So how do you know when you're dehydrated? And the most obvious sign is you're thirsty, but that actually comes quite a way down the track. Once you're feeling thirsty, it's too late. All right, so you're already dehydrated, and you're probably already into this 4% decrease of muscle performance. So the other things to look out for if you're starting to get dehydrated. Okay, now it's a lot harder on a sailing boat, but before you go training, when you go to the toilet, just check the color of your urine. Okay, a darker color means that you're dehydrated. A clearer color means that you're generally more hydrated. Okay, that's the other one is sweat. So if you've been sweating lots through the day, there's a good chance that you've already lost a lot of fluid and dehydrated. Okay, so those are two really simple measures. And like I said, the third one, if you're really thirsty, you're too late, but get some water and fluids back into you pretty quickly. Okay, now how much should you have? That's it's actually way more than you probably think. Okay, now it varies on where you look online as to what you see, but the standard is roughly, if I split a training session into 20 minutes, okay, so every 20 minutes I want to be looking about having 250 ml or the equivalent of sort of 1 glass. Okay, so if we did that every 20 minutes, we're now looking at 750 ml per hour. Okay, now we all know that training sessions can be anywhere from sort of half an hour up to sort of 4 hours. Okay, now a standard water bottle is often anywhere between 500 ml to a litre. The Powerade bottles, Gatorade bottles, that size is 750 ml. That gives you an idea of how much 750 ml is, and that should be done every hour. Now that's really good in training because we can stop. And coaches, this is a really important point for you guys, is to understand that you need to take regular breaks in the training as well, so that your sailors and you can rehydrate properly. Now most races, when we go to junior racing, regattas, races can be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, and you can't drink during the race quite as easily. So after the race, you should be consuming quite a lot. Now this is something I personally did, even on club race days. When I was racing down in Naval Point in my Starling, I actually was drinking 750 ml in between each race, and then after the last race as well. That's a really important one. Okay, so it is a lot of water. If you think you're out on the water for a 6-hour race day, 6 bottles, it's actually quite a lot to consume, and it's really important. The next little bit about sports drinks is an interesting topic, and I'm not going to delve into this too much. But in training, there's really no need to be drinking the sports drinks. Water is really sufficient, as long as after training you're getting some more fluid and some nutrition into you. So having something to eat shortly after training. All right. For regattas and competitions, though, slightly different. Okay, you are working harder for longer, and the things you lose out of your sweat is something called electrolytes. Now that's where the sports drinks of Powerade and Gatorade all come in. They've got specific things in there that help. One of those things is electrolytes. They've also got carbohydrates. They've also got sodium, which helps to rebalance some of the minerals and nutrients you lose through your sweat and through your urine. Now, I would always personally, after each race, I'd have some Powerade and some water. Okay, so I'm balancing it up. I'm actually just getting some of these electrolytes, but also having a fair bit of water as well. With the sports drinks, a lot of the on-the-shelf ones have got lots of other additives and things in there as well. There's actually there's lots of information online around how you can make your own sports drinks. So that's a really cool challenge for you. is to go and find a recipe and make it while you've got time here in lockdown. And tell me what recipes you find, whether they taste any good, and see what you think. Okay. So hydration, it's really important. It's really simple. It's often overlooked by many, by sailors, by coaches, by parents. Okay. So you need to make sure you got your bottles. Make sure you've got a bottle of water in your boat with you at all times. If you can't get to your coach after your race, you need to make sure that you can have that fluid intake, so to replenish what you have lost during the race. It could still be a cold day, but you're actually sweating a lot underneath all your gear. Okay. Next steps for you. What can you do? You can actually, there's a few things you can do. Okay. You can do before lockdown finishes even. The first of all is, one way of measuring this 2% loss is to go and weigh yourself. So weigh yourself before training. That's before you put all your gear on and you're nice and dry. And then after a training session, weigh yourself again. See how much you've lost. You're going to need some fairly accurate scales. But you're looking for, if you've lost that 2%, then you know you've lost sort of 4% of your muscle performance. But it's also your brain performance as well, making the decisions around the racetrack or in the training. The second thing you can do, like I said before, is go and find your own sports drink recipe and tell me what you find out, tell me what you think, tell me if they taste any good, which would be pretty cool. And then have a think what your normal race day looks like, or what your normal school day or your work day or your training day looks like. Okay, and then try and work out actually how many bottles of water you should be taking out with you, or you should be giving your coach. And let me know what you think you should be taking out, and how much you have been taking out, and what you should be taking out. So there we go, team. Hydration, really important. It's passion of mine. Keep drinking, keep fluid, and with everything that's happened over the summer anyway, I'm sure plenty of you are hanging out for some water in your rain tanks. And hopefully that will come soon. Until next time, until tomorrow, enjoy, have fun, and try out a couple of these things and let me know how you get on. Comment below, let me know what you want to hear. Cheers.